In the Democratic contest, Bernie Sanders is showing some significant new signs of life. On Saturday, Bernie swept by large margins primaries in Washington State, Alaska, and Hawaii, piling up 70% of the vote in each of those states, winning a vastly disproportionate share of the delegates. And now, for only the second time since this race started, there was a poll, but this time by Bloomberg, that shows Sanders 1 point ahead of Hillary nationally, 49-48. Now, the reason this is significant is that the Democratic nominating process is different from the Republican one. In the Republican process, the early primaries were based on proportional representation. So the winner won, but got a little more than the loser, but didn't sweep the whole thing. Everybody got their proportionate share of the delegates. And then around March 15th, from then on, all of the Republican primaries, or almost all of them, are based on either the winner wins everything or the winner wins the vast majority of the delegates, even if he just wins by small plurality. For example, in Missouri, Trump won by 1/10 of 1 point and got 85% of the delegates. But in the Democratic process, the Democratic Party side, it's all proportional to the end. There's no winner take all or anything like that. So if Bernie is going to begin to pile up a lead over Hillary in the popular vote, that has to reflect itself in the votes in the individual primaries. Now, that does not augur well for Hillary in Wisconsin, that's coming up in early April. But, of course, there is a firewall for Hillary, which is New York State, which she used to represent in the Senate and allegedly used to live there, and allegedly still does. And the last poll shows her with 64% of the vote in New York State. But then beyond that, there are states where Hillary's lead would be questionable, and Bernie could well pile up delegates. And he could do particularly well in California, where the polling shows him right neck and neck with Hillary. So don't count Sanders out. At the moment, he's probably about 210 delegates behind Hillary. He'll slip maybe another 100 behind in New York, maybe pick up 30 or 40 in Wisconsin. But he'll still be around there, and then a series of wins could really buoy him up. So Bernie's back. Now, for those of you who are really junkies and really hooked, I have done a podcast that goes state by state by state, primary by primary by primary, and analyzes what's likely to happen in each state and what effect that's going to have on the Republican nominating process. And we'll go through all the different rules and all the different twists and turns. So if you want to listen to that, it's about 20 minutes long. Go to dickmorris.com and you'll find it, or click on the link that is adjoining this page, or go to iTunes or to podcast1.com. Thanks very much.